Hey people, I wanted to make a video on making Edward Scissorhands costume. Halloween's coming up and I wanted to choose a Tim Burton character, and this is one suggested by my sister, and I'd had a feeling I could probably make it myself. Seen some hands online and they were about £2,000 for really good ones, so I was like, swear that I can make my own. Here's a little sneak peek of what I've kind of done, and I'll give you some tips if you want to make it yourself, or how it can be done. You might be able to make a better version. So the paints that I use, metallics, I used foamboard and cardboard as well for the filling. Leather, that was quite cheap as well online, Amazon, and some metal wire. This is for security but also design. The total probably cost me about £50 in all. So I bought some scissors as well, and they were supposed to be sandwiched in the centre, and I tried to take them apart but it just didn't work. So what I had to do is snap the handles off instead, which still works. And now I'm cutting out foam board to the sizes. I just created them myself, what sizes I was after. I tried to use the longer scissor handles for the middle finger, and I marked them out, as you can see here, which scissor handles will go on which finger. Obviously a middle finger will be longer than the your small finger and whatnot. So I'm cutting out the foam board and I'm sandwiching them together with a glue gun. And yeah, so what you can see here, sandwich them together, but I'd also make a little groove so I could put the scissor handle inside and it'll just stick there. So I'd make one long piece, a center piece and another long piece, sandwich them all together with glue, and I'll make sure there's a little groove where I could slot in the scissor handle. Once I was done with all the foam scissors, I got cardboard and done the exact same for an outer shell. So yeah, I didn't have to do the center, but just to make an outer shell and make it more sturdy, give a bit more of an edge, because with the foam itself it was a bit rough and jagged, so doing an outer shell with cardboard just gave that look, that strong look, and painting on it would probably be better as well. So here's me just finishing up doing all the fingers. And now, so the scissor handles were in the shape I wanted. I got some clay and wrapped all the scissor handles with this clay into different shapes. I just made up random shapes. These have nothing to do with the movie, I just went freehand. I've also got a video that I've sent one of my friends that I'll put in here, and it shows you how I've got the scissor handles into the foam, and also how I've applied the clay to the scissor handles. So yeah bro, these are them, the thumb, fingers, check the blades. Obviously that's just the handle, there's no metal inside, that's just cardboard and foam inside. There, tip lad. Using the glue gun and that, so each finger is going to be like hanging off. There's like the handles, the basic ones. So what I've done is added clay from here around the handles, and then just like messing about, just so it doesn't look as basic as that. And then it's got a bit more shape to it, and I'm going to paint all of it tomorrow with like silver and like, it's going to be like that. So it'll be all silver here, and they'll be all just random colours around here. Then I'm going to attach it to a board, put it on a leather glove, and then I glue it all together so it just doesn't move on that. But yeah lad. So yeah, now we've got, obviously finishing up with the clay. I've just got like a little scalpel, almost like a plastic one that I bought with the clay. It was about £2, and that just helps me get in shape, do different shapes. Yeah, now we're looking to paint. It did take about 24 hours to dry, the clay, and it goes light grey when it is dried, and when it's ready to paint. So I've got the metallic silver here, and it looked so much like actual metal. I used a bit of black to, that was just plain black acrylic, to add a bit of shadow and gradient to it. The gold was just to make it look a bit rusty. I put like dots, and a bit of the clay was painted in gold as well, and it just gave that old look to it. I did try metallic white, and it didn't really make a difference, but you know what, I just put a bit on the top to see if I could give that shine that a silver would get. Ignore Rhett and Link in the corner. You know, I had to keep myself busy when I was doing all this. It took ages. Yeah, what have we got next? Yeah, so a little close up of the painted, and just look how good that looks. It looks like actual metal, and that's just, you wouldn't think that's cardboard, but okay, so now I'm gluing them onto the glove itself, and they actually glued on and stayed. Didn't move, but I knew it wasn't gonna last long. So this is where the leather and the metal wire comes in. So the leather I cut into strips, as you'll see in the next part, and I wrapped them round and used the glue gun to secure it. And then on top of that, I would use the metal wire to wrap round twice. So on each finger, I used one metal wire to go around the finger and the blade, and then on the same finger I'd get some wire again, but I'd hook through the scissor handle. So you've got 2 points, or yeah, 2 wires basically on each finger, and it just adds a lot more security. It didn't move at all. As soon as I'd done that, I could shake my hands, and the blades would just stay on. They won't fall. So yeah, it gives it a bit of a barbed wire look, and I know it's completely different to the movie, but it's a take on Edward Scissorhands hands, but I think they look amazing. The way they move as well, it's exactly how I imagined it when I first had the idea to make them, but I didn't actually think it was possible, and I'm so made up. You probably noticed it as well. I designed the hands so if I'm at a party or whatever, I can actually grab a drink or take my gloves off or use my phone. Those gloves were actually touchscreen leather gloves as well. They were about £10 on Amazon. The next day I seen this, the leather was actually coming loose, those straps. So I glued it up again, but what I done, I cut the metal wire into like 10cm strips. You can see that there by my hands, and then I glued that against the leather, and the leather just didn't budge. It was perfect. Now that there's glue on the outside, I thought it might look a bit odd, so what I done is got metallic paint and painted over all the glue splodges basically, and it looked like welded metal, as you can see here. But yeah, it was another thing that added to the look that I didn't expect to do, and yeah, finishing touches, looks all metallic. You'd never expect it to be cardboard, and they actually feel so good, and they're very comfortable in the hand as well. But yeah, hope you can make this, or if not, make them better. If you do, shout me or send me a link.